Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of determining the validity of equations and inequalities. This is standard 7.11b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 34 off the 2019 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So this one's a little bit different. We've got a solution set here, and you got these little curly braces, and you've got these 6 numbers, -6, -4, -3, -1, 0, and 2. So they don't necessarily follow a pattern. And we need to see which of those satisfy this inequality and take a look. There's no real guessing because it can be all of them. It could be 3 of them. It could be 4 of them. It could be 2 of them. And so we need to just plug these in. We're going to use substitution. And so let's just start with the first one. We're just going to move from left to right, and I'll show you how it's done. So we're going to rewrite our inequality here, -1/2. But when we get to this x, I'm just going to substitute each of these values in, and we'll see if these work. So I need to multiply -1/2 times -6. So I know that negative times negative is going to make a positive. And so 6 times 1/2, right, is going to be 6 over 2, right? Because if I do 1/2 times 6, I have to make it 6 over 1. It's going to be 6 over 1, or 6 over 2, since I've got the 2 times 1. So we can do that. Plus 3 is greater than or equal to 5. 6 over 2, that's just 6 divided by 2. That's 3 plus 3. Yes, that's going to make 6. Is greater than or equal to 5. So that works. So let's check our next one. We're going to do -1/2. And we're going to put our x as -4. And then we're going to just copy the rest. Plus 3 greater than or equal to 5. So once again, negative and negative makes a positive. So that's going to be 4 over 2, right? Because it's going to be 1/2 times 4 over 1, that's going to be 4 over 2, plus 3 greater than or equal to 5. So that's 2 plus 3, so that makes 5 is going to be barely greater than or equal to 5. So that one is good. But since you notice how I started with 6, and I went to 5, I'm moving down, so as my numbers are getting closer to 0, the numbers on the left are getting smaller. I'm not sure that -3 is going to work. Let's try. So I'm going to have -1/2 negative times -3 plus 3 greater than or equal to 5. So this one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be negative and negative make a positive. It's going to end up being 3/2 plus 3 greater than or equal to 5. So 3/2 is really equal to 1.5, 1.5. 1.5 plus 3, so that makes 4.5 is not greater than or equal to 5. So that one, we didn't think it was going to work because the one right before it was just right on that edge. It was 5 is greater than or equal to 5. So if -3 doesn't work, I really don't know if any of the other ones are going to work. Let's try a few more. -1/2 times -1, that's going to be easy. Plus 3 greater than or equal to 5. So anything times 1 is itself, so it's just going to be 1/2. And since they're both negative, it's just going to be positive 1/2. So I'm going to say that 1/2 plus 3 greater than or equal to 5. And so we're going to call that 0.5 plus 3, turn it into a decimal. That's 3.5. It's definitely not greater than or equal to 5. Let's check 0. If 0 is not working, we know that last one's not going to work. So 0 is easy to check because when you multiply that by -1/2, that just cancels it out, right? So we're just going to get -1/2 times 0 is just nothing. So that's just 3 is greater than or equal to 5. We know that is not the case. As we get farther away from 0 to the right, it gets more and more unlikely that it's going to happen. So our answer here is going to be J.